Hello, everyone. It's another Saturday morning, and this is Let's Talk Music. My name is Fola, and today we're talking PR. Yes, and we have
Yes,
none other than the PR specialist in the, on the show today. I was going to say in the house, but I'm in the house.
on the
He's in the car.
yeah, I'm in the car. I'm
Ogaga,
so
how are you? Welcome to the show.
thank you very much. I'm perplexed. I'm happy to be here.
You're already starting your dirty December, isn't it? Like you're out of town.
I'm out of time. I'm working. You know the funny thing, I'm not a huge fan of dirty December. I'm an indoor person. I'm just like what Bobrisky said. I'm an indoor person. I'm used to my house, so I'm an indoor person. I
Really?
just like staying at home and watching TV and watch. To be honest, I think when I was younger, I was probably into. I think now
Hmm.
I'm already old. I just like I like sleeping. I like resting.
It's hard to
But you
believe that
never
you're an
know.
indoor person. I mean, considering the business that you're in.
I know. But you know the funny thing, last week, I mean this week, I was out 3 times. I was out 3 nights. I went for a movie
Yeah.
premiere. I went to the beach, and I'm so. It's safe to say that I try to balance it up.
Hmm. That's
I
cool.
try to balance it up.
So,
But if I can help it, I'm indoors.
anyway, welcome on board. Thank you for doing this. I know that you're on a busy schedule, so I'll try not to
Yes,
take
so
much
much
of
of
your
your time.
time. But
Yes, thank you.
I want, there's so many questions that I want to ask you, and there's a lot of things that I want us to talk about this morning as regards, the music business. You
Yes,
are an A&R person, a music executive. You've been,
yes.
doing PR for artists for a
The
long time
longest
now. You've worked with, major artists,
artist.
A-list artists, and there's something that people sometimes confuse, and that is, the place of PR and marketing. Some people don't even know the difference between the two. So can you make it really clear? Music marketing and music PR.
You know the funny thing? I actually forgot that you're going to ask real questions. I did not just, but let me just from the top of my head. Music marketing, music marketing is actually marketing the music. Like either be it Payola, either be it,
Mm,
you can stay in the country, either be it Payola, either be it getting people to listen
mm,
to the music, whether pay for playlisting, doing allowance CDs in the past. That is music marketing. PR, on the other hand, can be image reputation and brand, image management and brand
yeah.
reputation and image management. So PR can be, oh, how is this artist going to be? How is this artist going to be presented? Is it going to be a love artist? How can we get him on a certain magazine? PR will probably be like how the artist. PR can just be said that how the artist story is being told, how the
Mm,
artist is being marketed. Why music marketing is probably marketing of the song itself to make the song a
mm-hmm.
hit song. So I think music marketing is song directed, while PR is image is artist
It's
directed.
image
The
directed.
whole thing is image directed. Either the artist doing a show, a magazine cover, a
Mm,
movie spot. That's PR. I think music marketing is song oriented. Oh, let's make a hit song. We market the music. Let's make a hit
mm.
artist, or a A-list artist. PR comes into play.
I want to ask now. Let's go into image. Image perception, image management. Which is something that you do. Um,
Yes.
how do you decide? To craft an artist story. Because for every artist that you break, there's a story around them. There's an image you're trying to create. There's a way you want them to be seen. What informs that story? Sometimes do you have to decide, okay, this is the angle we want to push you at, or this is who you are, and let's just show the world who you are?
You know the funny thing, there's some artists that you meet, or there's some artists that on their own, they are natural, they are almost there. Hello,
Mm,
please, 1 minute. Hello, I made a booking for two superior rooms. Chidima, yes, please. Some artists are almost there, but the typical
yeah.
Nigerian artists, they have she booked the check. Some what do you call it? Some artists, uh, they have no idea. They just want to make hit songs. They just want to blow.
mm,
They just want to make money and go for shows and buy house. You when they talk to you, you as an expert or a professional, you get the story, you know their potential, and you try
mm,
to make them see that this is what we can do. We can achieve this. For instance, for instance, let me think of a person. Let me use Chicken for example. Chicken's
yeah,
album theme or album directive, or the way the story of the love story for the album is being told. It's not his idea necessarily. He might have bought into the idea, or he might have had that, but he did not see it. So
mm,
it's the job of the professional to identify what your strengths are, and let us use your
mm,
strengths to market yourself. Like you see some
mm,
artists, for instance, right now, they are good vocalists or they are good singers, or they try to say, and let's do what artist A is doing, or let's try to sound like Omale, or let's try to sound like Whiskey. But
mm,
a professional will know that okay, this would not work. Let's focus on your strengths and expand on your strengths and know this is
mm,
the best way to sell you. This is your story. And Nigerian artists don't like embracing their story. You can be a rebel. You can say, okay, this artist is he or she is a problematic brand, or is a brand that is spicy, or is not a
mm.
sweet. The guy trying to say now is not a sweet,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
maybe an artist like Burna Boy or like Thames. Yeah, I get an artist, for instance, that let's say use this new debacle with Omale and Thames with the Uganda police. You can see
yeah,
Omale comes and he doesn't say anything about it. He moves on and just release an official statement. He works for him because he's a cool, calm brand. But Thames fan base is called the Rebel Gang. Half coming up on Twitter to blow up. It's feisty. It's feisty. It's on brand. So you know what I'm trying to say. So it's
yeah,
not
yeah.
that it's a bad thing. Sorry, but because it's on brand, it works. So different artists have different strengths. Okay, this is the strength. Let's get on it and
Mm.
play with it and work with it. Can you check the system, please? So that's
That's
it.
very interesting. I liked the examples that you gave.
Yeah.
I saw the Thames statement yesterday. I saw the conversation on social media, and I saw how it basically one would say that it pushed her up. Of course, the arrest already gave her a lot of visibility, even for people who probably didn't even know who she was. And then after she came back home, we saw all that happened and how she reacted on social media. So do you think that as a PR person, or as a PR professional, you must always create situations, or sometimes create circumstances in which your artist would cause some form of, drive some form of conversation, whether positive or negative, on social media? Is that also part of what you do? Is that also part of PR? Because um, we've seen several things. People call them publicity stunts. I try not to use that word, but we see that a lot. Is it always the case, or do you sometimes find yourself just having to take advantage of, whatever is going on?
There are some PR people that do that, that create circumstances. But me, I'm not. It's not my nature to create circumstances. I don't create
Yeah.
circumstances. I go as things in real time. If in the real
Mm.
time something happens, I act or react. Some people go through the stress of doing elaborate PR stunts, maybe
Yeah.
dating, maybe a sex tape, maybe can I find it? Maybe a sex tape, maybe a scandal or a family scandal, just to for the
Mm.
release of a song. It works. People, PR people do that a lot. Like it's a thing. But
Mm.
for me, for my clients, I I use a more proactive approach, and I like, for instance, now this Omale teams or Omale and
Yeah.
team situation. It was something that happened in real time, and they reacted
Yeah.
in real time. So I'm not going to be the one to say, oh, let's get someone to arrest somebody or so. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Hello, madam. Hello,
Yeah.
can you hear me?
I can hear you very well. Very well.
Hello?
I can hear you. I can hear you. I can hear
I
you.
cannot hear you for now.
Oh dear. Are you sure?
Please, I cannot hear you.
I can hear you perfectly.
I can't hear you.
Okay. So let me see if I can adjust the audio again, but I can hear you very, very well.
I cannot hear you.
Okay. How about now?
Hello?
Hello?
I cannot hear you. There are two rooms.
Can you hear me?
Fola, please, I cannot hear you. Just sit still. I can't hear you. What is it?
Ogagus, are you there?
Yes, I'm taking the two rooms. I paid for it. I'm sure I'm taking the two rooms now. Hello?
Having a problem with our audio. Um, and
Hello?
I think that this is probably network from Ogagus end.
I cannot hear
Ogagus,
you,
if you can
Fola.
hear
Please,
me,
just pause. I can't hear you,
just
please.
and I'm sure that you know we will carry on the conversation as soon as he gets the audio back. Apologies again. Technology sometimes fails us, and this is what happened. You know. But it's 11:24. You're still watching Let's Talk. I was about to say you're still listening because I need to say that on radio, but you guys are watching, so you're still watching Let's Talk Music, and we've been talking about. We just started talking about the difference between PR and music marketing, and what PR entails. In the Nigerian music industry, and how some practitioners work it.
You said
Hello,
something
guys.
about
Welcome back.
Yeah, I can hear you now. My internet went bad for a minute.
So this is the part where I can hear you. Let me go
I can
back
hear
to the
you.
audio
Yes, please.
and
Hello.
okay, this is good.
Okay, I can hear you
Hello.
now.
Yes, perfect. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Thank
Technology
you.
sometimes can really be very, very tricky. So you were saying
Yes,
something about, the different strategies some PR people use.
yes, that's where I was. That's where I was.
Yes. And what do you think about? I mean, now that traditional PR as against now that we're in the new media age, social media has basically taken center stage in everything that we do. How has it
It
affected
has.
your business?
The funny thing. I think.
Yeah.
I think it has affected. It is affecting my business in a way that my clients are more interested or feel that social media or digital PR is where to go. Where's the
Mm,
bag? Yeah, like they don't. Some clients now will say, "Oh, I want to trend on Twitter. Oh, I want to be on so and so playlist." But
mm,
any professional, anybody that knows what they are doing, they tell you that as much as social media is cute or digital PR is cute, traditional is still where superstars are made. It's still where
yeah.
the juice is. Except you want to be operating, and especially in clients like Nigeria or Africa, we're going, yes,
Mm,
that's okay to use that. Where probably less than 5% of the general population are online, are on these digital platforms. Let's not deceive ourselves. Even in America, I was watching a documentary where a Rock Nation executive or Def Jam said superstars are made on radio and TV. Not even TV, on radio. See, hit songs
mm,
are made on radio. Television cannot give you a hit song. No matter how much TV you play, if you want a hit song, you are going to go and get
on
that hit
radio.
song on radio. See,
Yeah.
like if you want a hit song, you're going to go on radio. A television A can play you 1,000,001 times.
Mm-hmm.
Best, what do you call it? Best it can make you do is make the song a little bit popular or help. Unless you can
Yeah.
go, we can go. But if you want to make, I'll call you. But superstars are made on radio, or hit songs are made on radio. Hit music is made on radio. I'll call you. What happens? Let me finish this thing. I made on radio. So as
Yeah.
far as digital media is still cute, cool and cute for aesthetics, we are still going to go. I'm
You're still
still a
going
believer.
to traditional
I'm
media.
still I'm still if I have a huge budget and they tell me to pick one to spend, I'm gonna pick. I think I should pick traditional media or of digital media, I should pick one. Only stay in PO7. Where they live. Either I should pick traditional media
Yeah,
or digital media. I should pick only one. Like I should pick only one. Like I should not do like either traditional media or local
or
or
new media.
online media. I'll pick traditional media.
That's interesting. Is how expensive is this? Because I mean, talking to a lot of new artists who are trying to break out, there's always the issue of we can't afford PR, we can't afford PR, and so we go for the cheaper option of just using our social media platforms. Is it really that expensive? And how can someone who's breaking out take advantage of all of this? How can you get good
Oh,
PR when you don't have money?
this one is loud though. How can you get good PR when you don't have money? Huh?
Yeah.
See, you just have to keep.
Ogago, you have frozen, so I'm guessing that your network is bad, and I understand that. Ladies and gentlemen, for those of you watching, Ogagus, as you can see, he's on the road. He just got into Abuja
Call it.
and trying to get into his hotel room. Okay,
Also,
can you hear me now?
I can hear you. I can hear you. I
Okay,
haven't heard
great.
it for
Your
in like a
network
minute.
froze for a moment. Are you still there? Okay, so we have another frozen network situation. I
Eh,
think
eh,
Abuja network is
no,
really bad
I'm back.
generally.
I'm back here. Fola, as I was saying, to be honest, I
Yeah.
think you have to just keep going out networking, meeting people, finding budgets, and reading about ways that you can do PR yourself. Maybe
Mm,
DIY. Because to be honest, PR, even as hard as it is, you can go on YouTube, you can go on Google and learn a few things. But if you want to take it next level, you're going to need a professional or someone that knows
yeah.
people that can help. Because to be
Yeah.
honest with you need contacts, you need phone numbers, you need people. If you don't have all these things, you cannot achieve a lot. You get what I'm trying to say? A lot of
Yeah. Yeah.
things. Like if you don't know people in radio, if you don't know people in press, if you don't know if you don't
Mm-hmm.
know all these things, you're not going to be able to do all these things by yourself. It's just the sad reality of what it is. Last. You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I do. I do.
Yes,
Totally.
but regardless and nonetheless, I think I think you can meet people, you can ask around, you can ask for
Mm.
small favor, but most importantly, you have to keep working. If you keep working, you can get some things for free and keep using social media to your advantage.
Yeah.
You never know who's gonna hear you or who's gonna see you and want to help you either
True.
in a very very little way. Even you Fola on your time on radio, there's some artists that you just stumble. Well, the time I was working with what do you call it? An artist called Chris Tarella, uh,
Yeah.
and the Liberian of Sound City on Cool FM. They stumbled on his music online and they just started playing this guy's song. Like they're playing the song that the Sound City Cold FM even stopped playing it because they felt that he did not reach out. But Sound City was
Mm.
playing it. After a while, when I finally said, let me actually reach out to find why people play this song, and I realized that the Liberians at Sound City and Cool FM are actually my friends, are people that have done stuff before.
Ah, so
For
they
like
shared the song with among themselves.
yes, without even knowing who the artist is, without even knowing who the
Mm.
management of the artist is. You get what I'm trying to say now?
Yeah.
What do you call it? We linked up that they realized that oh, it's Ogagus is this guy's guy or is this guy's manager. All I'm saying is that keep working. We're working. That is why I didn't even know that my friends were the Liberian at Cool FM and Sound City, to be honest with you. I didn't know that I got to that job because last time we spoke, they were in Port Harcourt. You get what I'm
Mm.
trying to say? I didn't know that
Yeah.
Cool FM and Sound City employ them and ship them from Port Harcourt to Lagos. You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
And they saw the music and they liked the music and they believe that the music have potential and they moved on.
Mm. So at the end of the
Yes.
day, from what I can gather from what you're saying now, it's about relationships basically. If you have the right relationship,
You know the funny thing, I tell this thing a lot. Relationship is the currency of business. Relationship is the currency
yeah,
of life. At every level, you are going to need relationship.
yeah,
Relationship is what you need for everything. Because relationship is powerful. Even the richest people or the most successful people, they thrive on relationship. Politicians and world
yeah,
power, they thrive.
yeah,
World power, like countries, like world power, they are powerful because of their alliance, their what do you call it? Because of the allegiance they have from other countries. This is basically
hmm,
relationship. If other countries try to turn on the world power, that power focus their allegiance somewhere else. Change will change, yes or no?
that's true. You're
Yes, now
absolutely right. I think,
that's how powerful relationship is.
mm, mm. You know,
Yes, now.
it's something I see, several times, and it's something I see that is, that has been recurring. We I had a conversation with Angry Mob a few weeks ago, and we talked about how that it is very, very important for for an artist to build the right relationships, for even people who are getting into the music business to build the right relationships. But then sometimes it feels like people don't always want to connect because everyone wants to guard his or her own space. Could
You know
it
the
be
funny
that,
thing. You know
yeah,
the funny thing. I think if you're a newbie into the music industry, this relationship is going to be hard. It's hard at every level. Let me never lie to you. At
yeah,
every level, building relationship is hard. Like I said that when I first came to the music industry, people I'm friends with, they probably did not want to talk. It's like you're new in a space. You have to work your way up in that space. It's like you go to a new company and nobody knows you. You have to work. You have to. Even myself, I suck at networking. There are people that they are like networking geniuses. That they can meet somebody in the world. Thank you. And after a while, they will not talk to you.
uh and this is the part where Ogagus is frozen
Oh,
again.
I want to. You can go for
Okay.
me. After see, you
Yeah,
have to invest in relationship. See, I will talk at it. You have to like invest. Like you have to find time to go out. You have to find time to chat. See, you have to
mm,
find time to joke. Like you have to find time to invest in relationship because when people feel like you are their guy, they can come to you when they need something and you pull through for them. And I think
mm,
and when it comes to relationship, money and financial reward always takes the back seat. Because you know that
yeah,
when they need something for you, you're going to pull through. You're going to pull through for them. Yeah, and that's how powerful relationship is. To be honest with you,
mm,
that's why you see even some agencies or big advertising agencies. They're going to take the
yeah.
job from like maybe a Glow or MTN and a Coca-Cola, and they're not asking for immediate payment because they are hoping to groom and nurture that relationship because that relationship is what is going to keep them in business for the long haul.
For a very, very long time.
Well, see, except you just want to eat and you're not thinking of the future. Relationship is very, 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 very important. I feel like I'm going to
Mm,
ask you for a favor, and I'm going to close my eye and do that favor. Even if I know that I should get paid for it, but I know that I'm going to get, I'm going to get this thing back one way or the other.
or the
I want to
other.
leave this comment because to be honest, relationship by proxy or what do you call it? Connection by proxy. Things that you get doing that is like it's a mess. Like if you have to pay for it, you cannot afford to pay for it.
Mm,
But
mm,
yes, that's how relationship comes.
yeah,
So for
yeah.
artists in every level, relationship is very, very important. I know people say burn bridges. I'm a huge fan of don't burn bridge. Oh. Like I was on Twitter one day having this argument, and one guy was like, but I'm like, see, you can you can leave the bridge closed, but don't burn it because
But
woman is
don't
an
burn it because
island.
one day you might have to come back there.
See, God bless you. See, one day the future is too fam. The future is too uncertain. You never know
Mm,
where you might need to go back to cross that bridge, or you might need to pull somebody from that bridge. You see some
yeah, yeah.
artists or some record executive. They are burning bridge left, right, and center because they believe that they have a hot artist. And in the future, that artist do not return to them, and they need to
Mm.
break a brand new artist. And you're not going back to bridges that you have burnt. There's problem. Oh.
Yeah, it's going to be problem because not
Because
everyone can be forgiving. And I think that you know that thing they say that the industry has a long memory. I think it's true.
fam, you know the funny thing about industry. See, no offense to Whiskey and Davido. In 10 years, they may not be here. The industry pillars will still be here. That's one thing
Yeah,
I've noticed. Artists come and go, but the industry, what do you call it? The core of the music industry, they're still gonna
will
be here
still
because
remain. The structure is still there. Yeah.
culture is still here. You have been doing this for years. I've been doing this for years. I've worked with different artists. I've seen artists come and go. So
Mm.
I know the funny thing about relationship. There's some artists that they are not as hot as they used to be at their peak, but they are still perceived as hot. Do you know why? It's the relationship and the media that is still holding them
Mm.
that this is who this is. You get what I'm trying to say
Yeah.
now?
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
who this is. If you like, yeah, he dropped 30 past songs and did not hit. This is who this is,
It
and you
doesn't
have to
matter.
respect it.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter because they have their history is as to them. But there's
Mm.
some artists that they've damaged relationship that once they start falling, everybody just shit for them to fall.
And
And it's
move
true now.
on.
I move on because they're like, oh, now that you are falling, you're not. I use some artists saying that I don't do interviews. Oh, when they're not as hot again, now be calling, oh, but can I come to a station for interview? You know what I'm saying now, Fola? You were saying it over and over and over. And when they have
Yes.
they're calling for me interview, oh, you know that I just didn't understand I cannot make it. Like this stuff now. I told you that I will do
Mm.
it. I thought that I will laugh, but when I said problem, I'm like, if I cancel on Fola, this relationship is going to take a huge trade that I may not recover from quickly. And you're an OG, you're an iconic media personality and podcaster. So I cannot strain that relationship. I have to find a way. That's why I told you that I will be on the move, oh, but I will
Yeah.
do it.
But
I mean,
you
I'm
made
saying
it
it,
anyway.
but I made it anyway, and I don't having it last.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, I really have to appreciate the fact that you took time, to do this, and you have really said some very, very important things that I think
Very,
that
very important thing.
it's something everyone should really pay attention to and everyone should really take note of. Before
I know
you
the funny
go
thing.
though,
Yeah.
I just have one thing to ask about PR firms or PR agencies that service the music
Ah,
industry in Nigeria because it
omo,
looks like we don't really we have like individuals, people like you who run like a
yeah.
very boutique
But you know the
operation.
funny thing.
We
The
don't
funny
have a
thing is,
lot of major firms,
artists,
right?
artists don't pay. That's the problem. I'm
Ah,
going to tell you straight up. Nigerian artists struggle to pay for PR, and that's the problem. It's only I
ah,
don't know I don't know how booking should be that she handcuffs people for money and they pay. And booking should does good job. That's why you see most PR people they start. If not that I love music so much, I could have easily stopped doing music and have gone into brand what do you call it corporate PR now. And don't be
yeah,
deceived. There's more money in corporate PR than artist PR because corporate
yeah,
PR don't stress you. They don't see they do not stress you. That's the thing about corporate PR. Just show
mm,
them plans, approve, show them report, and they will pay millions. I have my
mm-hmm,
friend that does digital marketing for Pepsi. Maybe I collect briefs worth 50 million naira, 100 million naira. It's corporate
wow,
PR. And corporate PR, they don't stress you. Just show workings and research and but artists are problematic. And most importantly, they do not pay. Artists are in the
mm,
habit of not paying. And that's why you are like, you know the funny thing. You know the
yeah,
funny thing. Artists that most Nigerian artists that don't have a strong PR, what they call it, in their corner. It shows
mm,
in the way they move. That's why you see that in Nigerian artists, the top three or the top four, they have people doing PR
mm,
for them. It might be boutique, it might be one person in their team or their manager that have PR background, but they have to have
mm.
PR. You cannot be at that top without PR. Like
Without
I said
some form of
earlier,
image management, yeah,
image management is everything. Like I said
mm,
earlier, music marketing is we need a hit song. PR is we need a A-list celebrity. We need a hit
yeah,
artist. Music marketing is Baba take over. I get you song, go play am. PR is see
Look at
music
my
marketing.
artist. Look at who he is. Look at what he
Come,
can
let
do.
it go to your head. Music marketing is paying for Payola. PR is getting the artist to come and do an interview.
Nice.
Like
Nice.
that can put it. As to be honest,
Yeah.
what leaves a long lasting effect is you coming to
Impression.
that interview. Impression on the listeners. I remember when I was young and I was in Worry, there are some artists that I watched once randomly on TV.
Mm.
Obi-Wan, for example, was from Nigeria artist. I didn't think
Yeah.
that I sound like perform small. The next day I was on the street, I saw a CD, I bought the CD. And I was the time I was like a huge Obi-Wan stan. Why? Because I watched a stupid interview on TV. If I think it's a stupid interview, you don't know
Mm.
the ripple effect. The ripple effect of that thing is tremendous. Like it's an effect that
Exactly.
in 3 years, oh, there are people that they key into your music and into your vision by just watching you do a random interview.
Wow. See, you really have answered a lot of questions. And like I said, I don't want to keep you. You're on the road. You're busy. Thank you so much for taking time to be on Let's Talk Music. I hope to have you again at a time when you will really be free to sit down and
Yeah,
we can have
I
you know
swear.
yeah, we can have a better conversation, and then we can unpack some some key issues that affect the PR industry and artist
Honestly, yes.
relationships. But Ogagus, thank you so much. Have fun. Have a great weekend.
I
And
will. Thank you very much. Thank you.
yeah, and everyone else, thank you for watching. People who watched on Facebook, people who watched on Twitter, thank you. I'm going to post up
Thank
this
you.
video on YouTube later in the day so
Okay,
you can
thank
get
you.
a
Thank
replay.
you, Tina. Thank
All
you, everybody. Thanks.
right.